Alrighty, we are live.
Hello, everybody. It is time for our Sunday gamer therapy. Remember, we're unlicensed, non professional, and don't want you to take any advice. We're just addicted to plastic. So, we're here to help you all in a friendly way. So, as you can see, I'm moving a few things around. What are you doing there, Ash? No! But there is.
Come on.
What you doing?
There we go.
These are some Primaris intercessors, eliminators, right? So
Yep, the eliminators. Here's your mouse.
I got started on them because I needed some snipers. So
No, you didn't. You just wanted.
yeah, well, if you're gonna spend $2,000 for 3 models, you may as well enjoy it.
Shit, yeah, that's about right.
But I started painting them on the sprue. So
Hey, Mythos.
that's kind of what I'm gonna do while we're talking. Hey, how are you, Mythos? I am painting up my Primaris eliminators, man. So I got that. Finally got those snipers, and I've got them mostly.
Yeah, when we were up at March to Victory, they had one box left, so I bought them.
Yeah, they had none out here where we were. So I got started painting them on the sprue. They're primered, and I guess while we chit chat, then we can build. Yep, I did get the eliminators, so it looks like I got different poses. So that'll be interesting. I'll figure it out. But I needed these, or at least I wanted these for my group, because I think they're going to be helpful. And then I want to pair it up with an Invictor suit because it can do Overwatch. I think, correct, Mythos? So anything that attacks these guys, it would fire back at, I believe. Yeah. Yep, she spoiled me, Mythos. Hey, Tomakas, how are you, sir? Chips Ahoy. Cookies sound good about now. So that's what I'm going to do while I sit and talk with you guys. It's been a little bit of a rough week, so I figure I could do that. Start getting these together and do that. So hopefully you guys have had a good weekend. We are still here and there as we can, kind of recovering from that storm a couple years ago, that derecho that went through here. So been getting around to doing the flooring and stuff in the front room and working on that. So it's been a busy day. For sure.
My black.
What are you doing over there, Ash?
I am starting the Marvel United figures that Mini War Mutt sent. So this was one of the single guys. So I'm doing Doctor Strange.
Oh, Doctor Strange. Okay.
So I'm just trying to figure out colors right this second. Skin.
Yeah.
I don't have, I guess, script. It's going to be like that. I know we're going to need more red, babe, because I'm almost out of my red. Red.
Well, I mean,
black.
Not that she has enough paints, right? Right?
You can never have enough paints. Where the hell are all my good new?
So what are you up to, Tomakas? Are you having fun too?
Do you have the gold over there?
What?
Do you have my gold? No, never mind. I found it.
Wow.
I asked. I didn't say you.
Do you have my paint?
Yeah. I'm the one who bought this damn gold.
Yeah.
Yes.
A bit feisty today. So yeah. Chore day. Yeah, isn't it funny, Tomakas, how you work all week and then on your days off, you work around the house?
Hey, I was at work and I came home and worked.
If that were the case, Channel 7 News would have showed up. They would have done a live broadcast.
I bought those. I can destroy those. Keep running your mouth.
Just today?
Wow, Mythos!
I just like to give her a hard time because somebody has to. Oh, see if I can get this guy pieced out.
Oh, I need another picture of him.
So hopefully these illuminators will do me good.
Yeah, because I'm not the one painting it. It should.
True.
Is it Doctor Strange or Doc Strange? How does it usually... I mean, it says Doctor. I've never watched that one. So I don't know exactly... I know kind of what it does. Let's see. Images. Is his cloak all red? Yeah, his cloak is all red. Okay.
Hello, Charles. How are you doing, sir? We're just...
All right. Who has seen Doctor Strange? Because I'm looking up pictures and it shows like 4 different colors of these like little swirly magic thingies. There's green, yellow, blue, orange. What actual color is it?
What the piece he's holding in his hand?
So these are like his little magic. It's supposed to be like a magic. It's the yellow on this.
Probably yellowish gold, I guess. It looks like it on that there too. He does a circle or something.
Yeah, so that one's like a gold. There's orange. There's a green.
I think, isn't he
There's
more
blue.
like a warlock or a wizard?
Something like that. He's taught the magic is what it...
Mythos says it's orange in the movies.
Orange. Okay, that works. Where's my damn orange? It will be orange then, not yellow. That works. So I've never seen it, so that's why I'm wondering. Okay, so his whole suit is blue.
So we'll go with orange if that's what you say. I don't know. I wasn't like too big a fan of all the Marvel stuff. I just never really got into it all. I know some of the characters by name, but I don't know a whole lot about them.
All right, it's too hot in this back room.
Well, it is hot. We got to get the air conditioner back in the window. I don't know about where you guys are, but it's starting to get warm out here now.
It's got a fan for a reason.
Kind of late in the year, though, but it's getting hot. Not as hot as where it's going to get at many warm months, though.
Brian was actually thinking about kind of moving back this way.
Yeah.
About like a 3.5 hour drive from us.
Winters don't bother me because you're not out working it. All these people are like, oh my God, it's but you're not out working it like the cable guys or the electricians or. So if you're not working it, you're just going to your work. It's okay. Your works are outside drying. Go get them. We're trying to get some of our painting done because Tuesday we're supposed to get a lot of rain. So some of the stuff we like to set outside to dry, we got to hurry up and get it going. Huh. This guy's got a couple different options. Sergeant. Yep, I'm going to have to paint the cloak before I put it on him. You need to get your AC fixed? Yeah, we just
haven't put it back in the window yet.
The window that's over here to the right of me, I'll have to unplastic and then stick the air conditioner unit in the wall and plastic it back up. so it stays cool back here. Because we don't have central air. So Ashley just doesn't want to spend $4,000 to do it. I'm like,
well, when I spend $2,000 on your figures.
See, that's the problem. That's a joke. Maybe not a joke. I don't know. I have to find out how many is actually in there.
So from the last time when we were building, well, let me phrase that. When I was building all the Clash of Steel.
Yeah, she's got all the rest of them done.
I finished them all. So let's see if I can.
You can swing it over.
Yep, that's what I'm going to try to do. Up and over. There they are.
There's a whole bunch of tanks there. I don't know if you could pull the table for it, but
I can try.
There you go.
Magic arm. All right, so these are all Russians over here. Those are all extra barrels for those guys. So that's all Russian. Then you got the American. Those. These are all American. So those were the ones we were working on last week. There's the Americans. And then you got the British.
Yeah, sometimes you need to second coat them.
Those are all British. And then that one, and that one, and these two, and then that. That is all German. So they are completely built. I am not looking forward to battling this guy at all. He has one of them. In World of Tanks, this was a tank destroyer. So that's gonna hurt.
A Moss, a German Moss.
Yeah.
That's a
heavy
heavy tank.
That one, or the tortoises from the British. I ain't looking forward to those either. Actually, I don't think those are tortoises. Are they tortoises? Yeah, tortoise. The Americans. And then my puny little freaking ones, but the barrel alone will outdo all of them, I believe. But yep, that's all of them. All right, move you back up. Stay up. Stay. Oop, what did I hit? I knew it. There we go. Okay. All right. Where'd you bet? There we go.
Got a lot of sun out there. Yeah, it's pretty bright out here, but no breeze. It's like more of a stagnant kind of air. But then again, I see people reporting all this tons of windy conditions in other areas. On the other hand, it was a little breezy the other day because we did try to. I was going to go out there and primer some stuff. I'm like, I can't. Pardon me, I'm trying to paint the part of the head on the one that I want here so I know how to put this together. Oh boy. At least it'll be a nice set to have to what I'm doing. Do I have? Oh, I do. Never mind. Got me a paper towel.
Yep, I gave you paper towels.
Yeah, it's 80 degrees here too, and yesterday it was about the same, Telemachus. It was really, the weather's really just beyond getting dumb anymore. Nothing is the way it used to be. It's all changing and swinging drastic swings, and that makes a difference too. It's like tomorrow is supposed to be a nice warm day.
All right.
Then Tuesday we're supposed to get close to 2 inches of rain. So that'll be interesting. Yep, keeps things interesting. But so far, just kind of plugging right along. Ashley's knocked out a ton of those tanks. I think I only did
2.
No, I did more than 2. I think I did the 4 over there. Yeah. On the Americans, she pretty much did the rest. So she had some time to do them. They're done. So that's one of the things we're going to get set up and done is just get a fight going out of that and go by their rules and see how that goes. So that should be interesting. That should be fun. Sorry if I'm a little bit off, you guys. Generally, more talky. Just
been doing some family stuff.
Yeah, just a lot on my mind, and want to get this stuff painted up and see what we can do about getting some more battles in, and try to do housework and try to work, and you know how that goes. That's how it goes, though.
I could send Mythos the progress so far.
Huh?
The one we took yesterday on my phone, the picture.
The
living room.
Oh. He wouldn't know what it was before, though.
Crap.
But yeah, so basically working on the front room.
Yep, that's where the storm pretty much destroyed.
Well, it's just been a long time doing repairs as we can, so. But there's more important things like getting your Primaris eliminators and
still ain't gonna win.
Tanks. I'm gonna try.
Still ain't gonna win.
I'm gonna try. I think these guys will do good this time. Or I'm gonna eBay them also, like I did the last ones. The last one she built for me, I think she just.
I didn't build it. I just painted it.
Whatever you did to him, I think it was. Must have had a talk with them or something.
Yeah, I told him he wasn't allowed to attack me.
Worked?
Yeah, babe, because I talked to plastic. I'm not you.
Yeah. Oh, you're getting working. Oh, never mind. There's my paint. So, well, the rest of you guys, I know what you're working on there, Charles. You working on anything, Telemachus, or are you working on anything?
Mythos.
And for the rest of you watching that aren't in the chat, you can kind of see about the tanks. And it's kind of cool. We had a new member join who Yeah, off the top of my head, I don't. He was here the last time. He likes the tank stuff too, and Ashley's really quick at building all that. So
because you take your time, I can just do them all.
well, now you're getting cocky.
I did do them all.
No, you did not.
Okay, I did all but 4. You happy?
Yep, I'm happy. I got 4 done. That's good.
Actually, Greg's not wrong. I did get cocky. I'm like, oh, I'm going to blast through these so quick. Because Greg had all these small little pieces. And then I got to the British. It's like, well, I opened my mouth too soon.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. And let's see here. Charles says his house, because of the elevations, open up to any wind whatsoever from the southeast around to west, so we always get a good fresh air. Picks up in the afternoon. That's cool that you have a good breeze where you're located at, because then it doesn't just get stifling.
So I'm assuming you're not nowhere near the ocean then.
Yeah, he's in San Diego.
Well, I know he's in San Diego.
Recovering from an expensive trip to Costco. Yeah, Costco is one of those things where, like, if you buy in bulk, that's great, but then it costs you because you're buying things in bulk too. Although you will save money on the bulk stuff.
In the long run, you do.
Tomika says he casted some Hearst Arts molds today.
Nice.
Oh, wow, cool. Some long-term project for a sci-fi station and fantasy caverns. Yeah. Nice. I used to, Tomika, I casted a whole bunch of stuff.
I was going to say, did you go and finish off those tanks, Mythos?
And Mythos is playing Baldur's Gate at the moment. He's going to finish them off later tonight. Well, if he's playing Baldur's Gate, thanks for being here, sir. Yeah, Tom, because I had fun building this stuff from molds. Ours was Sculpey. We used the clay. And then you bake it, and then I would make molds. Of course, this is expensive because a jar of the mold is like $33. But I was able to use resin.
We still have the molds. It's the only good thing.
Where you could, yeah. Where some of the stuff you can do on the printer these days, but I don't know. Different things, I think, come out better casted. Well, thanks, Mythos. Charles says you got your 15 millimeter stuff on your back table. You're going to sort through everything to figure out what kind of train you need. Yep. That's the one thing you really can't have enough of is train. I'm really trying to. Well, we have enough. Honestly, we have a lot of Warhammer train. But we have some desert stuff, some tank stuff. But some of the stuff you've seen us talking about is expanding our terrain. Like those oil rigs, we're just going to do a battle with oil rigs at some point, so I think that'll look good.
I found the oil ponds. So.
The what?
Those ponds.
Oh, the ponds. Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, they're considered tar pits.
Tar pits. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't even tell Greg I bought them. Well, I did after the fact that I already bought them. So there's some Tar Rivers is what they're called that I want to get as well. But a lot of the Battlefield on a Box are sold out.
Nice. Charles says he can see Coronado Highlands, which are off the coast of Mexico, and sometimes see the reflection on the ocean water.
Ooh, nice.
And there's 8 of them, soon to be 9, once the grandson arrives. That's a lot of people in the house, but that's cool. It's nice to have your family around too. Ooh. I am. Guess I will take the guy who's looking like he's spotting it.
Wouldn't that be your captain?
He's a sergeant.
Oh, I'm sorry, sergeant.
Sergeant. But yeah. Well, the sergeant has 4 poses you can choose from. So it depends on the pose, depends on
Make it look ugly as hell.
Huh?
None?
Are you smack talking me already? Giggling over there?
I would do no such thing.
Yep. For shizzle. 45. Oh wow, his base is going to be complicated. Somewhat. It's got a little tiny skull in there too. A lot of detail on it. This is nice. Not always do you get like detail with it, but this is part of it. Here, I'll stick it under your camera if it'll show. Oh, got the skull in there. Hey, British Legion, how are you, sir? Hope you're having a good day. We're just painting Doctor Strange on a Marvel. Is that the Universe?
Marvel Universe game.
And I'm just putting together a sergeant for it's the Warhammer for the Primaris Eliminators. So I'm kind of just digging around with that and get that going. Now's where I need like some stone gray.
Speed paints.
Yeah. We shall see how that works. Graveyard gray.
Oh, we had an actual.
Try that.
Stone.
Primaris Eliminators. But you can see just a couple of minutes ago, British, when she's done, she can show you that. The tank she got done. I'm only responsible for 4. She really whipped out 2 boxes, 2 starter set boxes. They're kind of hard to see from way over there. But she got the whole shebang done. So there's a lot of tanks there to game with. But since Ashley's kind of nonstop, when she got most of that done, now she's on to the Marvel, Captain Marvel stuff. These are done and good to go because you don't necessarily have to paint them, although the Germans I might...
No, you're not.
If they accidentally have...
I will spray paint them gray if I catch any color on them.
But the box shows...
I don't care.
The rest are all greens.
Tough.
So I can't paint my German stuff?
No.
Why? Why?
We said we're keeping it the way they came out of the box. So no, you're not touching them.
I know, but it's just one of those things. Okay. So they might, who knows, British Legion, you never know. But she got all the British tanks done. Actually, what's that one? The Tortoise, right?
Yeah.
That thing's a beast kind of a tank, man. It's big for 15 millimeter. Because we got the German versus the British set also. That's the
one you built.
Yep. And you got, what other British tanks are? Comet and
Comets, Tortoises, and the
Centurion.
Yeah. Then you got for the
yeah, she can paint
German.
Pretty quick.
You got the Panzer 470s, Tiger 1s, Tiger 2s, and the Malice? No.
Moss.
Yeah. And then that's out of that box set. Let me grab the other box. Yeah, come here.
So we like armor battles a lot, British Legion.
And
so
then
we
the other one.
play a whole bunch of games. That's our problem, but.
Oh, come here. All right. What is this one? Okay, Americans, you got, I believe we chose the T-30. Got the T-30, the T-28, which is the locked hull, and the M18 Hellcats. The Russian, we have the ISU-130. We have, I believe that is the one. We have the T-44 and the T-54-1 hull, which is also the T-50 hull as well. So I have 3 different turrets for that gun, or for those tanks.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. You can swap them out.
And then the IS-3 for the Russians. So it took me, if I was able to sit down and actually do them, it probably would have taken me like maybe a day and a half, if not 2, if I worked nonstop.
I don't think it would have taken, well, you got them together pretty quick, so. So that gives us enough tanks for a while. That's pretty cool stuff. Those box sets, you guys, those Clash of Steel, you know how many times you pay more than that? Like, they list them at 75, but you can find them for 60 something. And literally, there's so much in it that you get way more than your money's worth. I think it's a super deal for what they put out. It gets you into the game with everything you need right off the bat. There we go. These speed paints, they help on certain things for sure. Everybody has all these fancy things. This is my water brush cleaner. A little espresso cup. Yeah.
And I actually have a cup.
You have the official Citadel painting cup. So I don't know. Do you do any of that? Do you like any of that kind of stuff, British Legion? Like I said, we're kind of doing a bunch of stuff, but mostly we like the World War II stuff. Although World War One's interesting. We've had um, stuff for that, like Wings of Glory, which is a pretty cool game. Oh, do you have the Space Marines gold over there when you're done? When you're done, just grab when you're done. This stuff's drying. I want to touch up.
No, I believe you do.
Did I have it over here?
Hold on, I'll double check.
No, maybe it is. I don't.
Hold on. No, it's right here.
I don't
right?
see it over
that
here.
one?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, the speed paints are a little different to get used to. They remind me an awful lot of the contrast paints from Games Workshop. Maybe a little better when they dry them. We got a set when we were out that March to Victory last month, and mainly a lot of stuff in our area is just sold out. So when you walk into a store, there are certain things that you can get somewhere else. Hey, Walkabout Games, how are you, sir? You just missed all of Ashley's tanks she got done.
I just realized what British said.
What?
About the painting.
Oh, yeah. So we're just busy Walkabout, just kind of dinging around. Ashley's doing Doctor Strange from Marvel Universe game. And I have some Warhammer Primaris Eliminators I'm working on. And we just got done with the Clash of Steel boxes. Ashley built all those on her off time. So now we got 2 box sets ready to go. So the next thing we're going to do is we got to get some.
Yeah, finish our living room up and then we'll get a game.
Yeah, we got to get the games
going.
Get some of them out. It's just been one of those weeks where unexpected things come up that take your time or kind of get you to where I don't know. Sometimes just need to get back in the mood for stuff is all.
Wow, I forgot his freaking ear.
Who? Oh, Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
Are you working on anything, Walkabout Games? You got anything going on this weekend? How's that? Okay, so I need 42. Build, yeah. Yeah, she's like a freaking tank assembly. So you didn't.
These are all the sprues from those 2 boxes. That whole bag is just sprues.
Yeah, that's heavy. Who has to get paid by the pound for scrap?
Right.
So yeah, all those tanks behind us there. Walkabout, she's busted all those out. She showed everybody else, so she's going to show you. So it's actually more than what you even see on that, it looks like. Because you got, what'd you get in one box was 21 tanks?
21 and 17.
So 38.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you built 4.
Will you stop rubbing that in? Yes, I built 4. You're looking forward to June? Oh, for June, yeah.
Wait, Dune's making a game? I thought it was a movie.
There is 2 Dune movies. Well, hello, Nerds Nerd. How are you? Ashley's just showing off how much she's a like an assembly line for building tanks. I guess I'm just a little slower.
I had what? 4? How many are in there? 3,
Now she's getting caught.
8 of them done before you got 2 of yours?
Yes. Mine had a lot of parts, though. So that's my excuse. So walk about your... Oh, you're printing an African village? Cool. Yes, walk about 4. I accomplished 4 American tanks out of 38. So I tried, but generally when she has the time to sit down, she'll just plow through stuff and get it done.
Well, I mean, so the Zombicide Invader actual box that came with all those figures, like 50 Xenos and the, I want to say 6 actual guys, took me like 2.5 days, I think, just to go and just straight painting. Hey, babe.
What?
I can make it sound worse. I did 9.5% more of those models than you did. Or you did 9.5% of the models.
Yeah, you would have done more.
Yeah. So I got 90.5% of them.
See, now you guys, now we're getting egotistical. And the SmackDown won't stop there. And the nerd says, doing good, sorting out her Battletech STLs. They do say logistics and industry are what win. So, yeah. Well, if you got some good ones, print them out. Keegan did. It does help having the buildings. The ones he printed out had storage inside of them for your Battletech stuff. So they weren't just a building. It actually took the top off, and you could put dice and whatever else, other things in there too. I'm just waiting for our Kickstarter, Nerds.
I thought that was in June when it's supposed to come out.
I think so. They're doing all their shipping stuff and all that, and figuring it out. When they get done with that, then I guess they'll start sending them out. But I'm looking forward to that. I only backed like the veteran level. I didn't. My friend Clint, he spent a good deal on it. He likes Battletech, so he kind of buried me. But I got all the stretch goals because I was in on it, long enough.
Oh, I gotta pull that box out and get those guys painted too. Damn.
Yeah, she is walkabout. She is rubbing it in. It's kind of how our relationship works. So.
Now he's encouraging me. He put LOL.
Yeah.
No, the reason I did was I had the day off, so I just literally knocked them completely out. And because I wanted to actually get a game going, so I figured if I knocked him out while he's at work, maybe we can actually get a game going, but family issues and all that didn't happen.
It's all right. We'll get
they're done.
They're done. We're
going to work on our living room, get that finished, and then we will get a game going. His hair's, well, guess what? He's got black hair, not brown. Oops!
So nerds, you backed one of everything, same as the first Kickstarter. Do you mean one of every package they had, or because if you did, that's a lot. Um, I just did the $80 pledge, and then I added a couple tanks to it and all that, and I bought the extra terrain. So not too much, to be honest with you. If they hopefully they get the shipping thing worked out. I haven't received what my shipping is yet. I know some people's shipping was pretty crazy from Backer Kit, which I didn't know anything about. I'm not a professional about Kickstarter. I first heard of Kickstarter years and years ago when that guy did a Kickstarter for his potato salad, and he would give out the recipes. And the man made tens of thousands of dollars for a potato salad recipe. And once that happened, I kind of paid more attention. We got one of our camera mics from them, but it did not have the quality that I thought it would.
We were using that for a while until we got this one.
Yeah, it just didn't have it. I mean, the concept behind it was good. One of each pack. Oh yeah. Well, if you're gonna back it, then you may as well. A Nerd's Nerd, and you as much. It sounds like you really enjoy BattleTech. Then, so we both like the Alpha Strike version of playing. I'll play regular BattleTech, but it just drags too much for me. A Nerd's Nerd, but Alpha Strike I like, and so that's why I got all this stuff so we can continue to do that too. I guess the biggest problem is trying to organize what game are you going to do now? What game are you going to do next week? You know, that kind of thing. It gets kind of hard to organize. So, there's a question for you, nerd, from British Legion. That's a good question, British Legion. A lot of people got kind of different opinions.
What's the question?
Yes, nerd, do you think 3D printing can damage miniature companies in the long run? Yeah, I'd say it's not going to hurt them the way people think they're a nerd's nerd. It's more or less provide options, especially for those who write rule books. Now, makes a big difference that way.
I think it just depends.
Well, my personal opinion, like GW, they're not going.
They're not going out of.
You're not going to hurt Games Workshop.
No, I think what it's going to be is the more the shops actually see how much it is, they're just going to go and put out the prints, the PDFs instead, and just let people basically either buy the models or you buy the STLs.
Well, good points on Nerd's Nerd. That she's just quoting that studies have shown that this kind of helps to spread brand awareness and keep excitement high. Yeah, I would say so. You got to remember too, there's things like, okay, for instance, just our Clash of Steel where with all the tanks. So I'm not going to sit there and print out all those tanks. I can get all those tanks, the rule books and everything all done and ready to go out of the box, just put them together. I'm going to print things I need, like we would print our own dice towers or things like that. It is another hobby. Yep, walkabout. But I don't know if it'll affect them too much because really you got the groups. A lot of people they kind of do the side stuff where like Charles is really good at that, where he orchestrates, gets all these different kind of miniatures from different places and then fights them, So there's always been people who are going to do that, and they're just going to expand that with their own 3D printers, I think. But in the long run, I don't know how it's going to really hurt some of the bigger companies. You got to remember too, all that stuff's licensed, so you're not going to get an exact copy to play your game with. You can get something close, but if you want the real thing, you're still going to have to buy it. It's interesting though. I like it for the terrain aspect. I think that's a huge benefit for making terrain. Those are some really cool points though, Nerd. I mean, it's even negative attention. You know how people crave attention one way or the other, good or bad. You hear it all the time. Well, negative attention is better than no attention. So see if they start talking about a certain company, then it brings out that awareness of that company too. And it gets their name known, even if it's kind of backwards. It works. Kind of like reverse psychology. You tell people, I don't think you should do it. What's the first thing they do? They do it.
Which is like telling an adult, don't push the button.
Yeah, you don't want to tell them, oh, hey, buy my product. You want to say, you know what? I don't know. I don't care if you buy my product. You probably wouldn't like it anyway. So then they'll go buy it just to see if they'd like it.
Like telling a toddler, don't put your finger in the light socket. They're going to eventually do it.
So what do you think, British Legion? We know what a nerd's nerd thinks, and we'll walk about games. That's a good point, too. Ooh, that's a really good point. A nerd's nerd app. You got to remember, Battletech's been out for how many decades? I mean, the fact that they got funded literally in such a fast amount of time, literally it blew me away. I was like, what? And it just went on. Didn't they get over 7 million? Last I heard, I quit paying attention after my order and stuff was done. But they got way more than they asked for. That's another thing too, Walkabout Games. Now there's going to be people that can create and design their own stuff. That'll be something different. It'll kind of spark a little bit of like mom and pop kind of stores or Etsy stuff where you can get different things. The 3D printers are coming down. I only got ours because I got like a bonus towards the end of the year. So we used it specifically on the printer because it didn't come out of our paycheck or our bills or food money or anything. It was just extra money that came into me. So literally I think we only had to come up just a couple dollars in on our end. Literally paid for all of it. And then we got to try to figure some things out because it's not the same. These resin printers it's not the same as the filament PLA printers. Yeah, nerd. They'll run specials all the time under 300. That's about what my bonus was, and I think it was like 289. So and then tax, like I literally paid $5 or $7 over. But we got a lot of her Tyranids, right? A lot of her stuff that she can use as Tyranids printed. And then we have to get another screen for it.
Yeah, the VAT screen.
The VAT screen, but yeah, nerds. So the difference with the resin printing, as you guys know, is, well, first you got to wash it, you got to clean it in alcohol, right? And you got to have, ours happen to come with the cleaning vat. Most of the time that doesn't come; it's sold separately, so it's an extra expense. And you do got to get alcohol for it, so that's not cheap anymore. And especially the amount you get. What's it take, like 4 bottles to fill ours, or 5? That's a lot. It takes a lot.
Much.
So it's not, I agree with you. I don't think it's going to be everyone's default option. Here's where I look at it from my point of view, guys, is if you have one of each, because the resin printer, it's not going to do very big projects. Some of them do bigger than others, but a lot of your terrain and stuff is going to be better built on a filament printer with a good nozzle. So those are fairly cheap. So if you had 2 of them, like ours, I gave to Keegan because of work. I said, just you print the stuff. But he's just been going to town doing stuff, and now he's working, so he can print when he gets a chance. We got a resin printer, so we kind of got it covered from both ends if we have the time and if we have the money and if you have, the right files. Traditional minis, yep, and they're always going to be there. You're always going to have companies selling blister packs of them or something like that. There's just some things you're going to want to just buy and you're not going to want to attempt to do yourself, or maybe you're not happy with the results of doing it yourself, because honestly, these printers are not what they're using to make high, on these companies with lots of money. But it's kind of fun. I mean, it adds a different, little different dimension to what you're doing. Yep, good. Another good point. So the filament runs, well, like $17 to $20 a roll. The resin is pricier, and you got to clean it. The filament, you basically just wash with soapy water like you would any other miniatures. I always primered everything we did, but I know you guys have already seen those. Like the castles we built for Modiphius is called Arms, and that's all was done on a filament printer. And you got the file from Modiphius, so the file was top notch and dead on, and the prints came out really nice. And it was just cheaper to buy the STL from them and then the filament, because good grief, it would have cost you way more.
Where's that stone paint?
What you looking for?
The gray.
You have that many printers? Walkabout? Jeez, there you go. That's a lot of printers, but I mean, there's people that have quote print farms, where you'll see videos of them. They open a door to a room and there's 15 or 20 filament printers nonstop going because they're selling stuff. They're selling their own designs online. And that would be a fun way to make a living too, literally. So when you get to that, if you get to that point, that'd be cool. But the resin is pricier than the filament for sure. The only gripe I have about all of them is they just don't seem to last very long before there's some sort of issue. Of course, you think they're engineered to, for you to keep breaking them down.
I think that's just anything in general.
Well, Brutus Legion, I think Walkabout Games has so many. Him and a Nerds Nerd might be able to tell you what would be a good printer for him to start with. Everybody knows about the Ender Pro. If you change the nozzle, that thing works pretty good.
I think it's probably preference.
Yeah, there's so many of them out there now. They're all competing for it. You had a print farm, Walkabout Games. Oh, your kid sold prints. Cool. Works. You can make money doing it, man. There's quite a few people that make really good money. The Mars Elegoo. Yep, I heard good things about that one.
That was the one we were looking at.
I like that, Tom, because that's a better way of putting it. Which printer should you avoid? That's a hell of a good way to ask that question. Unfortunately, I have only experience with 2 of them. So I do not have the experience with a whole bunch of printers. The Ender Pro, the 3D Ender Pro, it's pretty decent. It did a good job.
Yeah, but it was everything. A bitch to build.
And you got to level it. But anymore, there's other companies where, if you look around, they're self-leveling now and whatnot. Oh, wow. Nerd. Well, you like Dust Tactic too, don't you? I think. But any name brand printer. Yep. Saturn has a good reputation. And that's the other thing to consider. Like, get the best one you can afford, I would say, because if you get the smallest, cheapest one, you're going to be very limited as what.
And you're going to be disappointed.
What you could do. You want something that's going to print a little more. Our first delve into it was primarily, just like I said, to make terrain and dice towers. And then with the resin printer, I was thinking more or less I wanted to expand like my 6mm tanks, but I have a problem with them falling off the supports and whatnot. So, you have 2 of those? Well, there you go. See, you guys are more knowledgeable than we are on all that, so. Well, thanks for being here, Charles. Hey, if the grandkids want to play, feel free to play, man. Family first. Enjoy them because they grow up and then, then once they grow up, it's one of those things where it's hard to find time to do anything with them.
Well, that and if they even want to play with you.
Yeah, when they're younger, they do. Then when they get older, they're interested in all the other stuff the world throws at them.
Yep. Life comes in.
Holy cow. So you know a lot that Walkabout Games. If you've been printing for a decade, then you've got experience with it. It's only been a couple years for us, nowhere near close to that. And this resin printer just is recent. Yeah, it's like, 6 months?
Not even, I believe.
Think 6 months. So it's
you got into December.
Mm-hmm. I like the fact that all the new ones are auto leveling, self leveling, bigger print beds, bigger areas to print. They print faster. But you can definitely make a living. There's a couple people I bought some before I had a resin printer. I bought a couple of like Russian 15 millimeter T64 BB tanks. Man, they're identical to the ones you would get out off the sprue, except for instead of assembling 20 pieces, there's two. It's the body and the turret. You'd have to glue all these extra pieces on them. When I put them on the table on purpose and played against Clint and Keegan, and neither one of them knew it was a resin printer until I took the top of the tank off, because it's different. It's more circular underneath. It's bigger. And it goes into a bigger hole in it. So they had no idea I was even playing with them against them with resin tanks. They thought they were the official ones. And so if you get those printers tuned up right, then it's worth every penny too to buy it from the guy, because I didn't have a printer at the time, and it's like, well, why spend $45 for 5 tanks when you can get them for 20? But then again, I know it only cost him about $4 or $5 to print them. So it was, a win for him and a win for me kind of thing. So. Oh, I'm sorry, Charles. Does your daughter having a hard time with her pregnancy? So make sure she takes it easy, man, especially in the heat and all that. And watch her surroundings is all I can tell you. The world's not a safe place.
Yeah. The world is a cruel place.
Yeah. Yep, it can be. Lots of good people still. Just the bad ones tend to
shine bright.
Make it a miserable existence sometimes.
Yep.
Well, you do what you got to do, Charles. I mean, honestly, if you have to leave, it's okay. We're never going to be offended at that.
Nope. Take care of your family.
Yeah, you got to do family first, man. Oh, wow. Yeah. During COVID, when they slowed all the supplies down and you could see all these damn ships on the chart, so you could get on there and look at it and see they're all docked them off the shore. They were taking their time unloading stuff and causing all the supply issues. And then people profiteered off it. I guess looking back, I wished I would have been. I mean, we already invested in plastic, right? We should have invested in, plexiglass. Would have made a killing. Oh, British, your son took you out with a new deck. Man, Magic the Gathering is very popular out here where we live. They have the 2 hobby stores or game stores that we have in the city. They are, I'd say that's probably all the fantasy stuff goes first, like Magic, D&D, Pathfinder, and things like that. Warhammer, really big. So, but if you go in there and you try to do anything else, there's very little interest. Our area has a lot of interest in sci-fi. And some of them decks are, from what I understand, I don't know anything about the game. I know it's been there forever. I just never played it. But a lot of them cards are worth a ton of money too. So if you got a good deck, you're gonna take your opponent out. Yeah, that's true, Walkabout. It's a big draw. A lot of your historical stuff, like a lot of the channels I watch, they do all the historical gaming. You don't really, I don't know where you'd walk in and find somebody playing Napoleonics on a table anywhere locally, because it's all sci-fi or fantasy. So if they were to deal with things that weren't popular, yeah, they'd have to shut down. But when you're trying to look for other stuff, you're kind of stuck with whatever it is that keeps the store going. And we try to support our local stores when we buy. Like I've told you guys before, I mean, if there's a $5 difference or something, I'm just going to buy it from the store, maybe up to 10. But there's times you save $20, $30 buying it online and free shipping. Well, then I'm going to buy it online. But when you go into the one we really like to go to, there's always people at the tables. You can walk in the store and left and around the wall, and this way is all, all your games and all that. But they have all these tables back to back to back to back, and there's always people playing them. Yeah, little Bolt Action is its own. It's kind of gathered some traction. Well, British, those decks, like I said, I have not played the game, but I have talked to people who have, and they're talking. I'm like, I'm kind of lost. This card beats this card. What they're doing, but they'll start pointing out. Look at this card's worth $50. This one I have is worth $500. This one's worth $200. I mean, some of these cards, man, are phenomenally expensive, and you never know, of course, if you're going to get a rarity. So people are Magic the Gathering really is a big pull on the money. So, oh, you did Walkabout, yeah. So then if you had a store, I didn't realize that. Then yeah. So fantasy pulls it. Like our store had a little bit of tanks, a little bit of Star Wars, like Legion or Armada, X-Wing. There's a little bit of that. They have shelves of oddball games, but man, it's primarily Magic, and then I would say Pathfinder even more than D&D, and then it would be Warhammer. Because if you go in there at any given time, I don't care when you go in there, one of their game tables is people playing Warhammer every time. But them tables, forget trying to find a place to sit, and then they'll run tournaments. You're happy with miniatures? Yeah, me too. I'm not knocking the card part. I mean, there's games too, like I've said before, British, that you got, like Aliens, Another Glorious Day in the Core. Well, you've got a board game to it, you've got miniatures in it, and then you've got to work on your cards and how you structure it. So really, they kind of hit everybody in every angle. On some of these games will combine all of them. So you sold your cards, got 14,000, started a store at that. See, they pay off. So a lot of these older cards, it's not nothing to laugh at. And some of the Games Workshop stuff, you notice how that just goes up and up and up and up. So even though people say, well, it's expensive to buy the box, well, go try to find older models that people have painted, and you guys see how expensive it gets. But there are people that will buy it. So yeah, you stay with the minis. Yeah. Well, you can see me and Ashley like the minis. Ashley, trying to get her to do some hex encounter, and she's like, she likes the minis more. But that's where, like, Zvezda Games, if you guys know them, they've got miniatures and it's hex encounter. That's why she'll play Alpha Strike too. Look at, it's miniatures. So
give me my minis.
Yeah,
I don't want to play with cardboard. I want to play with miniatures.
Yeah.
I'm not, ragging on anyone who plays with the cardboard. Just, I think that's boring.
Yeah.
There's nothing to really look at.
Yeah, it's a visual thing for you.
Yeah.
The hex encounter with the chits, though, it's more of it's not so much visual as it is. You gotta have like strategic ability and a bunch of history too to go with it. So we got some of the hex encounter games that we deal with too, but mostly we kind of bounce around like a pinball on certain ones, but pretty much all miniatures. But absolutely, Magic the Gathering is a huge, huge, huge pull. Huge pull. So if you own the store, man, you got to do what the crowd predominantly wants, or you're not going to have a store. One of the guys, he was an accountant, and he got a divorce, so he got sick and tired of being an accountant. And of course, in the divorce, he got to keep some things. He sold whatever, and he started this store, and that's what he does now for a living. He just has a little game store, and ironically, it's right next to a pizza shop and a burrito place. So, he'll let you bring food in and eat, and he makes side money just selling energy drinks also, and soda or pop, whatever you want to call it, that kind of stuff. But see, when COVID or anything like that comes around, they start throwing all these rules out there, then the shops get hurt too. It hurt a lot of shops in our area. It was interesting. Only the big giant ones could stay open. The little ones had to close because the virus was that damn smart. It only affected the small shops. So when the whole thing's over and done with, almost all the small shops are. Now you got all these big chain stores, and very few of the mom and pop stuff survived. So we try to support them. Do you find we all have this butterfly problem? I have butterflies. I like them. I'm not quite sure what you mean, British Legion. Are you referring to bouncing from one thing to another? If you are, we really don't bounce. We bounce within a circle of what we're doing. Like we have some naval games. We have Star Wars, like X-Wing and Legion.
We're squirrels.
Yeah. We kind of stay in the same tree, but we go to different parts of the tree. So we
branch off the same concept.
Yeah. Oh, there's Minnie Warma. He is the hobby butterfly. Yeah. Yeah. So the problem is British Legion, and I know you see it. It's 20 years ago, you did not have these options, right? You just did not have all these options for miniatures and games at home and tabletop. No matter what you're into, you didn't have all these options. Now, it is pardon me, Minnie Warmut, I'm going to use a big word, a plethora of, there's too much. There's always something coming out, and you're kind of stuck like, well, damn, that looks cool, but I have all of this. And I want to get this, but I have all of this. I really need to play this because this has been sitting here for a year, So, as far as floating around, it's kind of in the same areas. Like you see all those tanks, those go back to Gale Force 9 tanks, go back to armor like we were playing, and things like that. Warhammer we're kind of consistent with to a degree, although we're far from professionals at it. And then the other games you guys have seen us play, but we haven't gone too far out. Although I could thank Jeff from Hexen, on his channel, his Hex Encounter channel, that Hextext, he got me going a little bit in that way. Nerds, yeah. See, that's what happens. There's just so much to choose from. It's literally like the golden era of our hobby. So it's really hard to stay focused, and just everybody's benefiting from it as it surged like this. And COVID, for as screwed up as all that stuff was, it did help with the hobby because people stayed home, that didn't have to work or whatever. And a lot of the people I talked to never even played board games. We're buying board games and having the people out there working bring it to their house so they can play board games, So it just, the food orders and all that changed to a lot of games were ordered. I know because during all that, we did things like DoorDash here and there. And you get sent to one of the bigger stores and one lady had us pick up a bunch of Nerf guns so they could have a family, thing where they were pegging each other at the house because they were so bored. And it's interesting, but a lot of games got to a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking mostly video games. I'm like all sorts of stuff. Board games, card games, tabletop games. And I think that also pushed a lot of people who are already in the hobby. Maybe they had to stay home because of it or whatnot, or weren't working. Then they had time to build the stuff that they had sitting around and paint it. And that kind of reignited their passion for it. You know, then there's people like me who are essential workers. Like, it didn't matter if I went out and fell over dead, that no one cared. I had to go work anyways. And, you know, I didn't get the same time. But man, I've talked to a lot of people who were able to do that.
You worked from home.
No, not all the time. So
that's right. When it first started, you didn't. You had to go into it.
And then when we went out delivering stuff, I mean, I just figured I was one of those people who was like, oh well, what are you gonna do? I didn't really worry about it, but it made a big difference with people gaming at home. So, but it still goes back to like what a nerd's saying. What are you gonna choose from? Like, which one? Which one do you want to choose from? 5, that's hard. You know, that's a choice.
Taking the red pill or the blue?
Well, now there's 3 other ones too. You got more choices. But yeah, Mini Warmut, he did that too. Drop Zone Commander Mini Warmut's been out for a while. Dystopian Wars, I don't know much about. 5 Shades of the Blue Pill, yeah, exactly. A nerd's nerd. But Mini Warmut, so I get to take blame because he got us into Zombicide. So I was talking about 15 millimeters, like, nah, it doesn't. Now he does 15 millimeters, see? So we all kind of feed each other little bits of plastic crack, and it just, we're like plastic crack dealers that just share samples, you know, everybody, all of us, for the most part. Yeah, so you let me know if you get into Dystopian Wars. And by the way, Mini Warmut, she's painting Doctor Strange over here from the Marvel Universe. Oh, really? Show it off. It's hard to see. Hold up for the camera.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, okay.
I said almost.
Ow. So I would like to get, and I know I don't need another game for goodness sakes, but I'd like to get the new Halo one, because when Halo came out on Xbox, I remember my daughter was really young. We sat there and it was just amazing to play. And so, you know, followed the Halo series on that, played pretty much all of them. So this, I think, would be cool if they keep it.
What, Flashpoint or whatever it's called now?
Close to the storylines. What was you looking for? Yeah, I mean, she's working on that. She got, you know, so that you know, because I get humiliated. So out of the 38 tanks that came in those 2 box sets, I painted only 4, or didn't paint 4, put 4 together. Ashley crushed the rest of them. But I tried, sir.
He was a big boy, Brian.
Oh, Mythos, you got Halo ordered, huh? Yeah. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to fall, if it follows the story and translates it to gameplay. It's like you guys that Elder Scrolls, almost everybody knows Elder Scrolls, but so if you play Modiphius's Call to Arms, it is Elder Scrolls on the table.
It is.
And it transferred it over really nice. I've ranted about that before. Modiphius did a great job. And it came over to the miniatures were nicely done. If you ever get them, I mean, they just really... Many more about how's Star Wars Legion go for you, Mythos? With your traditional evil laugh there, right, Brian? All my Legion guys are painted, by the way. I just gotta do something with them.
They're
I do
painted,
want
just not
to.
played.
I do want it. Well, I want to come up with some Star Warsy terrain, but we don't.
I gave it to Keegan. Get on his ass. I found all that terrain. That was free. But our printer won't print them.
Yeah,
because they're too big.
It's too big for it.
He has to use the Ender.
Well, there you go, Keegan. If you're listening, watch out. Ashley gonna get you.
I guarantee he doesn't even know where the freaking thing is I gave him.
He may not. Now that he's back working, he's probably busy too. So, but yeah, I mean, I've learned from a lot of you guys. Tried different games and stuff. So there's just too much. A nerd, way too much. For Greg here to try to figure out what he wants to do next. Other than Halo, I'd like to have, but I don't know. I got all this other stuff too to finish up, and then we got the BattleTech Kickstarter coming in and all that. So, and Mini Warmutt, we talked to you about not buying so much. We already have a supply shortage. Okay, so slow down. I'm just messing with you. Buy as much as you want, man. It just supports the hobby. So yeah, you guys, I mean, just have fun. That's all we try to do is have a little bit of fun. Otherwise, life is bleh sometimes. And I'd rather spend my money doing this than doing other things, you know. You're waiting for your Dead Zone starter set to arrive this evening? Nice. Charles, you convinced yourself you don't need or want these two Hex Encounter games? Where are you going to find the money?
The girls got me tied up.
The girls got you tied up. So it's a little embarrassing, but if you just get a cardboard sign and write on there that you are addicted to plastic and you need to pay for your Games Workshop stuff minis, you will find people will come by and give you donuts and coffee and money.
Okay. Huh? Where's all the speed paint stuff?
And it works right up till the police say, all right, Greg, you can't be here by the freeway entrance. I'm like, but damn it, these people are going to work. They know the struggle I have. So, you know. Then you just find a different corner. See? People can relate to that. Ooh, he's almost done. Ooh, that figure's almost done, Brian. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, because I'm painting it.
See? There you go again with that. Man, cocky. She likes that smack talk stuff, man, all the time. You put her and Keegan in the same room and they start fighting it out on the table. It's like, good God. It's like WWE, you know, before they have a match.
All right, babe. How much did you get done?
Well, smartass, how much talking have you done?
I've talked.
Yeah. Making a noise over there here and there. Actually, I've pretty much got these pieces for the Sergeant out, and I've got his platform is based on because it has little things, and even got the skull painted. So some of it's just drying. Oh man, you got to move out here, Mini Warmutt. Then we can meet up for tacos. We can meet up for tacos and stuff.
Then we just got to talk Mythos into moving out this way. No, that'd be a bad combination.
Hobby time. So yes, British Legion, I am. Very lucky to have a wife that likes the hobby. I will tell you though, when your card is declined when you go to buy lunch, because the last of your money was spent at the hobby store where you were at work, that's where it
Explain
does.
that was for the granddaughter.
I know. Everybody else knows the story there, British Legion. Maybe you didn't hear it. I was like, damn it, I had like $50 in the account. I was just trying to get lunch. And Then I see on there, at the hobby store, she had to go buy the granddaughter a whole box of captains for Warhammer. What was it, Blood Angels?
Blood Angels.
Ugh.
And she wanted to be like Grandpa.
So yeah, I can't really. What am I supposed to do? Is like, babe, did you like spend money at the game store? Yes, on your granddaughter because she wanted to be like you. Damn it! Now I cannot get angry. Can I? I can't do anything about that. It was just literally poof, taken away. But it was just kind of funny. Like I knew I had living on a string. We lived paycheck to paycheck. I'm like, I know I got $50 there. No, I did not. So my $7 damn lunch got declined. A gamers commune, because that would be fantastic. Because they do communes for all these other things, right? Why couldn't we have a gamers place where gamers hung out? You know, and so I think it'd be good. Hell, you could have your own court system. Just go to court. Did you do this? Yep. All right, you're gonna roll a D20. That let's see if you get out of here or if you're going to jail. And you could just literally run it pretty easy. Yeah, it was funny, British Legion, looking back on it, but that's what she wanted, and so she got a whole box set to play with.
They are. Oh, where are they? Probably back there in that box.
Behind all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is nice to have the other person in the hobby, and it's just it's a little more expensive, but honestly, I can say Ashley knows she doesn't mind eating beans and rice if you're gonna buy new minis, or she doesn't mind eating hash browns and eggs for dinner if we have to. So you know what? If you gotta spend,
we're broke.
You're gonna be broke paying bills anyway, so you may as well get something out of life. It's kind of how I look at it. So,
pretty much.
Yeah. Nice, Charles. I'm glad you're having fun, sir. I did that little video, if you remember, of my granddaughter Maya, and so I put on TikTok. Everybody was all. I said, "What do you like about miniatures?" I said, "This is my favorite miniature," and I panned over because I was holding her, and so that was just fun to do. Because Mythos, and some of you guys know, if I talk about my favorite miniature, it's her. Hash browns are delicious. They are, especially when you throw a little bit of olive oil in the pan. You cook it with some garlic and salt and pepper and fry them up. And then you get some eggs. Oh, yeah. Mythos is a few boxes behind. Yep. We're probably several boxes. Oh, you're getting ready to show them off? Oh, there you go, Brian. Take a look. That's the miniature you set slower, Ash. There you go. Looks freaking good. Does that look more like it, his hands being orange, Mythos? Or what's going around his hands, his power, or whatever it is? Well, it looks good. There you go. Speaking of Blood Angels, there's one up there. It's a bobblehead.
He does a bobble.
Doesn't he?
No, a bobble. Just like your Space Marine.
Well, he's guarding my table over here.
Yep.
Well, that's only one painted mini Warmutt.
That's my guardian right there.
You're a little dinosaur.
Roar. I got a few dinosaurs up there. I just realized that.
Yeah.
So I got that dinosaur and that dinosaur and that dinosaur. Any more dinosaurs? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Just those dinosaurs. But yeah.
Next to the Alien Queen. No, those are your 6mm.
Those are all 6mm.
See the gray ones? Those are all little T80s you got to paint now.
I have more tanks right back there. Right underneath those wood. That's all tanks too. The Queen. A Von Ryan Leaper. I have some. Those are the Black Templars I'm painting. My Kraken.
Yeah. That was, see, there's a 3D print, you guys, right there. That Kraken. We got it.
You bought it for me.
I think it was $7 or $8 online. Somebody sold that.
Here's that Mythos from the free stuff I got. I finished painting him up.
Oh, hold on. The carriage.
Yeah, the carriage.
Remember that stuff that got dropped off for that late 80s and 90s Warhammer stuff?
The early Warhammers.
Yeah, it looks good. The only problem I have with it is it was supposed to be mine and you took it.
I got it and it was not yours.
It was gonna be mine.
What is yours? What's mine?
Oh, jeez.
These were the dwarves, right? I think Mythos said it was from early dwarves.
I don't know. It's from early on.
Yeah, this one doesn't have a date on it. But
they come out looking good though.
Yep, that's a custom brown. But there we go. He's done and he sits up on my desk. What am I missing up there? Something.
Midwarmer says, well, actually, like they say, dinos like to move in herds.
There's the croc so far.
Oh, from
the Zombicide box that I bought?
Yep. Was that the Urban Legends?
Yeah.
That's the Urban Legends. Zombicide, yeah.
I have 3 of the 4 done. Where is that box? Did I put it back over here?
No. At this point, I'm going to have to. Yes, Tomicus, that's it. What's hers is hers, and what's mine is hers.
There it is. Yeah, Urban Legends. Abomination box.
No, you got a response, Mini Warmut. But that was that $15 box you got, which that's a killer deal, really.
Yeah, I got 3 of the 4 done. The Cooperaga is the last one that needs to be painted. Alien.
Oh, the other one's the clown, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
That weirdo clown.
Killer Clown, I think is what it was called.
Good question, Mini Wormut. What's for dinner, Ashley?
I don't know. What's for dinner, Greg?
I don't know. I guess we'll figure that out when we get off of here. It's just been a long, busy week there, Mini Wormut. A lot of stuff. Yeah. Chop, Ashley. Get to it. She's just staring at it. Nice, Brian. What? It's okay. I'll cook you up a big bowl of. Do you like cereal?
You don't got no cereal.
Oh, see, then I guess we're done. Actually, I do quite a bit of cooking, so.
He does. Yeah, it's the last model I have for this box.
British Legion's like, oh, that's okay. At the end of the day, British Legion, I get to roll a D20 to see.
And you usually fail.
See if we still stay married. I fail. Ow! That's like violence in front of everybody.
It was a box.
No, I feel like I'm boxed in now.
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Uh-oh, she gonna see your comment. Snap, yep, you just said that. Oh crap, actually she has shoes.
I'm still dressed from work.
Putting flooring in's work I tried to do, and I did other stuff too. Taco night in the Frost and Fist house. There's nothing wrong with tacos, sir.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with tacos.
That sounds kind of good, but
You don't got tortillas.
No, but the restaurant down the street does. We can just go down and get some. Not Taco Hell or Bell.
Yeah, we could.
We are fortunate to have a very authentic Hispanic place, literally not too far. You are a keyboard warrior there, Mini Warmite. Yeah, that's right. Straight crits every roll right there. So tomorrow, if you see me with a black eye, I just
don't even
tell you I fell down the steps. It's okay.
If he fell down the steps, he'd be doing it on his own because I got to work tomorrow.
So do I. Yeah, work also takes a lot of time, man. It does. Now, if we could just get the winning lotto numbers.
You would still work. You'd take maybe a week off.
Hey, British Legion, thank you. We love having you come by, sir. Go get some rest, and we'll catch you later. We probably should end up.
We got to be ending it shortly, so.
Oh, you got a DQ Blizzard from, well, DQ Blizzards are good when you throw them in the freezer or Culver's. What you need?
I mean the mouse.
Hold on. All right, everybody, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
We can talk for a couple more minutes.
Well, don't you just took the mouse?
Yeah, to close off the other screen. We don't need it.
I could have done that. Wow. Nope, not that one. Not that one. You're
yes. On no, I'm not.
There you go. We do got to figure out dinner, though. Brian brought up a good point. So, but anyways, it's been an interesting week.
What the fuck, Brian?
Sleep with one eye open. It's funny because we were in a store and Ashley moved her hand and I went like
this.
He
did. It's not a fucking joke.
In front of
he actually fucking
this older couple, and the lady whispers something to the guy and he looks at me like, I'm sorry, man.
He actually did.
Well, it's because you caught me off guard like that. And I was just like, I'm being abused or something. So it was it's kind of funny.
No, it was not funny.
All right. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you, Nerd, for coming by. You had a lot of good points. Walkabout, British Legion, Charles, Mythos, and everybody. We appreciate it. It's been
always a pleasure.
Been a little bit of a crazy weekend. We still got some things done, so we appreciate the support, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Watch your surroundings is all I can say. Lots of stupidly bad stuff going on, and take care of your family. You're welcome anytime, Nerd. You want to hop on and say hi? You can. Tomicus, you can too. I mean, we pay for this. It's free for you guys, welcome. So anybody's welcome to if they want to jump on the video end and show their stuff off. Just let us know, all right? Thank you, Mythos. We appreciate it. We love you guys. Take it easy.
Until next time. We'll see you maybe next week. Bye.